Team PCD here at the 2024 NAWCQ. We're here with Gaurav, and he got day 2 with puppets. And
should have been top 64.
Should have been top 64, but he had a decklist error, so he got a match loss because he couldn't find the card in time. And then he won out the rest of the rounds just because. And then he decided to go play a regional for 2025, and he got first place, clean sweep. What do you want to say?
This deck is awesome. Me and KP were labbing this deck from start of June. Even before that, we thought this would be a great contender for the NAWCQ as well as like whatever events we played. It's really smooth. It doesn't break a lot. We kind of perfected the build of it. We opted to play a Horus version of it because we thought it was a lot better than the pure version, because you can play through hand traps, you can play more efficiently, you get more draw power out of it. It just was solid overall. My only losses in Swiss were the 2 Tempai players who both shifted me, like game 3 and game 2, and there's nothing much you can do about that. Other than that, like, I clean sweep pretty much everybody else. It wasn't horrible.
Okay.
And then day 2, I made a decklist error. That was my fault, and that costed me top 64. So it is what it is. But I won a mat, and got my invite for next year. So hopefully next year you'll see me at the top tables again.
Sweet.
So,
Before you get into the deck, do you have any shout-outs?
yeah, so shout out to Kyler. He's the one who tested with me for 2 months about this deck. He made top 64. Really proud of him. Shout out to my fiance, my family, as well as God, because, you know, we're religious.
Are you ready to get into it?
Should be good.
All right, let's go.
Sweet. So for the main deck, 3 soldier. This one dumps for cost. That's why it's really good, because people will Veiler it, and that's fine because you dump for cost. You want to dump the Rogue Doll or Bloody Doll. This one adds itself back, special summons 2. It's really powerful. These 2 are your main combo pieces as well as combo starters. You just need to draw this one or this one. With this one you would need an extender like a Horus or Terror Baby, but it works perfectly. And then we play 2 Terror Babies. You need 2. One you're going to send with Condolence because it prevents them from responding to your cards. And then the second one's for the combo. And then 1 Bisque prevents targeting, and then 1 Calscream, this is for the combo. You need this card. These were all the Gimmick puppet cards we played, so in total we played 10. You don't need any more, you don't need to play Scissors, those cards are bricks. So for our extenders, we played the Horus Package. I felt like you needed to play this. Discarding M-City gets you a draw. You can pitch cards, so with the King Sark, you can pitch Terror Baby, or you can pitch your Bisque Doll. Both of those will trigger, and so it was just overall a really good package, as well as if you get Imperm or Veilered, you can utilize this. Another thing we like to do was use 2 of these to make an extra deck card that would...
You'll have 3 minutes to come to the main event stage. Brand 12.
I'm assuming you're just going to cut this out, right? Okay, never mind. So, essentially we tried to make the extract monster. We designated 1 spot in order to help combat boards that we got shifted, so this one was pretty good. I would highly recommend playing the Horus Package. Shout out to Zeke, by the way, he let me borrow them. For hand traps, just 1 Nib, 1 Droll, 1 Ash, and then 3 Imperm. So we consolidated and played 3 Imperm because we thought Imperm was the best hand trap. Doesn't turn on tactics, you can hit everything, and you can set it going first, and it's pretty solid interruption. We just played 1 of each of these because these are the cards you can potentially lose to, and we put them as cross-out targets. I don't know if Kyler did, but I only used Droll and Lockbird. I never was able to draw into Nib. But I'm pretty happy we played Nib because I did cross out Nib a couple times because it came up. So these were just the hand traps, just 6. And then for the spells, we played a lot of 1-of. So we played 1 Tomb, 1 King Sark. You play this because we play set rotation because you can set it, and that prevents Imperm. And then the 1 Terraforming. So these were just the 1-ofs. All of these are very solid. King Sarcophagus, you can send any one of these if you draw this and this, but it was really good. And then 2 rank ups, you have to play 2 because you might draw 1. Another cool thing I did today was if you have the Imperial Tomb, you can send it back, because there was a time I drew both of them, so I just sent it back and then used M-City and drew, so it helps to fix your bricky hands. And then 3 of the best card in this deck, the Field Spell, unaffected, specials to their field, they can pump, it searches you as well. This Field Spell does everything you want it to. People don't read it. It also says you can't be destroyed by battle. So there were games where I went against Tempai and I put the little soldier in defense and they couldn't kill me. So it worked out well because they were under shifter, so they didn't read this card and it costed them the game. So really great card. 3 Condolence Puppet. This is one of the best cards going second.
We have our duelists for the public events playoffs.
So this is really good because you can send up to 2 or 3 going second, and we pair it with the Droplet a lot of times. So if you're able to draw both of these in tandem together, what you do is you activate this, you'll send up to 2 to 3 going second, chain Droplet, send this, send a monster, and then you can send Baby, Bisque, as well as the Rogue Doll, and that just allows you to add it back to hand, and you're really far ahead in your advantage. So these cards were insane. Also, Droplet was really good all day. I used it going first and second. The other non-engines we played, let's see, was 3 Crossouts and 1 Call by the Graves. So we had, these were the 7 non-engine slots we played. This was perfect. We played a more going first build, but we were able to also play going second, and these cards always came up. It was insane all day. The only card for consideration that we were thinking about was Foolish Burial, but we cut that in order to fit Call by the Grave as well as the Nibiru, and I don't regret that. It was really good. And then the last card's the Trap. You just play the 1 Trap. Extra deck. So for the 1-ofs, you play this one. You never make it. This is strictly because of the level 4 reveal, but you can use it sometimes to Snatch Steal 2. The 1 Giant Grinder, this should have been 2. I realized this after the fact, but next time I'll be playing 2 of this. And then the 1 non-engine, or the non-gimmick puppet, is the number 68. We utilize this a lot against Tempai because you can make this. They can't Vajra. It makes it a lot better to play into, and it gains attack and defense, so it keeps building itself up. It goes up to 3k usually, and they have a hard time outing this card. You can't special it, special from the grave. And so you just buy a turn, especially if you get Shifter. This card helps you to live through Shifter. So these were just the 1-ofs. The rest of the gimmick puppets, 2 of the best one, and then this is gonna look jank, but 3 of this one.
So why did you decide to play 3 of those?
So I played 3 of these because this is the best card in the deck. That's a lie. So this is where I messed up. I put 3 number 40s in my deck, and on my deck list it was supposed to be the CXE, but I put this instead. So
It's supposed to be C40.
Yeah, C40. I could not find a 3rd copy in time. Went everywhere and looked. One of my friends had an extra copy, and I got the
That's what
loss
cost
of
your
that.
top 64.
That is what costed me. So, note to the wise: don't make your deck list at 3 a.m. driving. Always do it 2 days before. And then the Giant Hunter. This card is really good because it sends, or it can destroy anything, but it most importantly can deal damage. So you can deal damage and then attack. So this card comes up a lot. It's a really great addition. It was Kyler's idea to play it, and I completely agree. 2 Machina. This card's broken. People don't read this card, and then they special Poplar, and then you pop it, or they have Diabell Stars, their only extender, and you pop Diabell Star, burn them for 1400. Works out really well. Especially when you can't FTK them, at least you get them down really low. And then 2 of this. This is the one I played 3 of. This card's insane, and it resolves as much as it can. So if you put counters on everything and you're under droll, you can still make this, destroy their whole field. You won't draw or do damage, but you clear the field. And then the last 2 cards were the 2 what are these called? Links. These cards was good. No regrets about them. So for the extra deck, nope, that was the extra. For the side deck, 1 Shifter, 3 Spooky Dogwood. This card was insane for me. I won a lot of games with this. What I usually like to do is game 2, if I draw this, just throw this against either you Bell or you throw it against Snake Eyes. and I went up to like 40, 50k. You don't have to kill them that turn if you can FTK, because you know you have to play through skill drain, etc. You just wait until your hand is good enough, and they're gonna burn through their whole extra deck, and they can't kill you until you have enough cards. And by that point, you're able to out the skill drain or out whatever you need. This card was really good. People just played into it, and I was fine with them playing into it because that was the point. I won 2 game 3s against Ubel playing this because I just pitched it, and then they didn't commit anything into the board because they just went.
So you pitch it before the turn?
No, I usually wait. So there's 2 interactions against Ubel. They'll normal summon Lotus, and I just pitch this. And then for some reason it gets people shook up whenever you spooky dog with them game 3. And so they commit less, and it helps you out in the long run. So
how was Shifter? Did you cross out?
I crossed out Shifter twice.
Okay, good.
Against the other 2 Tempais I played like 4 Tempais. So backstory as well, I lost rounds 2 and 3, and then I had to win out the rest of it in day 1. So I crossed out Shifter twice, and it worked really well. So it came up a lot for me. There was one round where I drew Shifter, but I just discarded it for M City, so it worked out. And then 1 Talents. This was our last consolidation. This card was great. I used it a lot. There's a time where I drew this in crossout, so I crossed out Droll, looked at their hand, got rid of the nib, and I didn't have the field spell at the time, so it worked out perfectly. Change of Heart, you want to take Apo. Apo is the biggest threat against the deck, so if you're able to take Apo, you're able to win and negate their stuff. So Apo was perfect, or Change of Heart was perfect. Back row hate, you just play it. This also functions as monster hate. And then 3 Regeki. This was Kyler's idea. I give him props for it. This card has won me so many games within the past 2 days. You just Regeki Ubel field, you Regeki a Tempai field, you Regeki, you even can Regeki the Snake Eye field, and they don't have a lot of interactions unless they make Apo with the IP, which most of the time they don't anymore because of the Fiendsmith combo. So it worked out perfectly. The other thing you can do against Tempai, what I found out, is if they're going first, you can Regeki them. They'll Spheres, bounce the field spell, and then they'll special summon the dude who says you can't summon Lighter Darks, and I just imperm that or droplet it or, you know, Lightning Storm. You just need it to pair Regeki with another card, and it's really good. And then the last card that should probably go to 1 or be banned was 3 Skill Drain. In our deck, we have a lot of big beaters. They're all 33 or 3000. This card won me so many games, and there are games where I got drolled and I drew Skill Drain and I still won because of the Skill Drain. Because, you know, they're all tiny Snake Eye monsters unless they have the field spell, and you have 3000 beaters and you're just attacking over it constantly and you win. So, yeah, that was it.
All right, any last thoughts?
Don't play Scissors. It's a really bad card. I would recommend playing the Horus engine because you get more value. I'd recommend testing the deck a little bit more, but I don't think I'm playing this deck again. Probably playing a different deck next year, but see you all at NATS next year.
All right, thank you.